to NCAA Regionals 4 times in 5 years. How's it feel?
Feels great. It's right where we want to be.
Does it feel different with this group? Every group's a little bit different. Every year's a little bit different. So how's the process getting back with this group of guys?
This group we're youngish, I say, but we're very experienced. This is mostly the same players that we had last year. 4 out of the 5 competed at the national championship last year. So this group, it's a lot more business as usual, and this is where we've been anticipating being for most of the year. I think the excitement level is there. It's very high, but it's a little more business than just, wow, we're here.
You've got, like you said, a similar group, a lot of guys with a lot of experience, but who have you leaned on for that on-course leadership, that group leadership in the locker room?
So our captain this year has been Braxton Watts. He's been to, this will be his 3rd NCAA regional with the team. He's been to 2 NCAA championships. He's kind of the leader of the team from a locker room and how the guys behave and everything. He's our senior leader and captain. From an on-course thing, our 2 sophomores are really the 2 that are out there in front. Gabe Palacios and Sergio Jimenez. They have been just amazing players for us this year. Both All-American caliber players, and they've been the leaders on the course.
As far as regular season success goes, it's been kind of one of those unprecedented years. You got as high as number 10. You're heading in at number 17. What do you attribute that kind of sustained in-season success to? You haven't caught lightning in a bottle this year. This has been there all year long.
Yeah, again, just referencing those 2 sophomores, they've been so solid for us. It seems like every week we play, one of them is in contention to win the tournament individually. We've had 4 individual champions out of our starting 5 this year, which we've never had. So Davis Johnson, Brandon Robinson, Gabe and Sergio have each won a tournament. Gabe's won 2 individually. And so whenever you have one player that's that high in the field, and then you have such a solid core, you're going to contend a lot, and that's what we're doing. And I think this really stems from the success we had at the end of last year. Gabe and Sergio were freshmen. For them to make it all the way to the national championship and be huge pieces of that, they came in this year with a lot of confidence, knowing they're supposed to be one of the best teams or some of the best players in the country. And so that's just carried us all year, and that's where we expect to be.
You've had team success. You've been to the NCAAs. You've been to the championships. And I think coming in this year, you knew you had a good group. But 5 tournament championships, 4 different players. Did that surprise you at all? Because you can have good team success and not have that guy at the top of the podium.
Yeah, and that's what we were last year. Last year, when we'd have success, we'd have 4 guys finish 8th to 20th. Braxton was the only player that won last year. And so this year, I'd say yes, it surprised me a little bit. The huge jump that both Gabe and Sergio have taken. I think they've both been ranked in the top 30 in the country individually, and last year they ended about 130th. So they've both made big leaps forward in consistency. We see it as coaches in their ability, but it's different to do it at the most critical moments in tournaments, and they have really made that leap this year, and that's why our team has been so successful.
So you're heading to a pretty familiar place for you and your team up to Bremerton. I guess that's what you'd call a good draw. What's the scouting report on the course you'll see, and obviously the competition you'll see up in Washington?
Yeah, every regional is extremely challenging. They're all very fairly balanced out. We're at a golf course that almost all of our players have competed on, so they know it. It's a tough course. It's going to play challenging, but it'll play a lot to our strengths. To me, we're a really good iron playing team. We hit very high quality shots into greens, and this is a ball striking type golf course. And most of our wins this year, we've won 4 times as a team. I think 3 of those 4, you would say, the iron play, the second shots into greens are some of the most critical shots, and that's how this golf course plays. So I'm excited. Our boys are really excited. I think you never know where you're going to go, but if we were to look down and rank the 6 sites 1 through 6 of where we would like to go, this would have been our top choice. So.
Do you take any different approach this week? Basically knowing this could be the last time the team is together this year. There's no guarantee you're advancing on. You hope to. Individuals could, but as a group and as a team, this could be the last event of the year for you. So what's the approach and the mindset going in, especially knowing you had that success last year?
Yeah, I would say for us, the big key that I always try to do with our teams when we go to regionals and what's been successful is I try to have a lot of fun that week. The pressure's going to be there. Okay, the moment they step on the golf course, the moment they're trying to compete, they're going to feel the most intense pressure they feel all year. So the key to me is when we're off the golf course, we're off the golf course. We're having a lot of fun. We're going to go to a Mariners game one night. We're going to play a couple of really nice clubs in Seattle. Just keeping them loose so that when they're ready to compete, they're not, mentally drained from exterior pressures or just weird things. We play a lot of games during the week. Sometimes we'll go mini golf, sometimes we'll go bowling, but during regionals I try and make it as light as possible away from the course.
All right, last thing. What will it take for this group to get to where you got last year to advance onto the championships?
We just have to be solid, really, truly. I mean, we're the 3 seed, top 5 advance. If we come out there and we play our game and play at our ability and nothing weird happens, we'll have no problem advancing. Pressure it can send people 2 directions. This year we've done really well under pressure, and so if we can have another week where we relish in that moment, I think we'll be in great shape.